to Chop It Up with the Pies.
I'm Pie.
And I'm Cassandra Pie. And today we have a great discussion today. We are so glad you all joined us. We will be discussing kind of a little bit of a heated discussion. When does supporting your spouse's dream become too much? I'm going to repeat that. Let me change it up a little bit. When supporting your spouse's dream becomes too much. Anytime during this show today, I want you to hit that subscribe button, hit like, and please write a comment.
Supporting your spouse's dream becomes a boo-boo. I don't think that supporting your spouse's dream should become a boo-boo at any point in time in your marriage. And I'm talking about marriage because that's a commitment. So that's a jump. That's a commitment. So I don't think that supporting your spouse's dream should become a boo-boo. And it should never become a struggle because you're married, you're one in one, flesh of my flesh, bones of my bones. So, but this is the thing that me and her have a problem with because I keep it 100. If a man or a woman, no matter who, don't matter the gender, if the male or the female, even going into the marriage, all of a sudden they pop out, especially when you've been told prior to the marriage that you got a dream. It's that other person's fault that they don't understand what a dream is. It's a difference between a dream and a vision. A dream is something that you have. It's a great mindset in your way in your thinking. It could be in a dream that when you sleep, or it could be a dream that you know at some point when you was a kid you want to achieve. But the whole thing is the vision of the dream. So once the vision is been fully shown, that person is set in their heart and they're gonna do it regardless. There might be some conflict, so it should never be a burden when it comes to the other spouse understanding. It should never get to that point because they should understand and be supportive.
Well, he makes that sound real pretty. But the reason why I disagree is because, yes, you have a dream, whether it be the husband or wife.
Okay.
Yes, you have a dream.
Right.
But when it all comes down to it, you still have responsibilities in a house. And yes, you could have had the discussion that, okay, I want to build this thing, or I want to build that. But if this is a dream that you have, it has to be a talk about at some point, if it hasn't made it, that you at least try to get something to contribute to the bills, especially if the other spouse does not make enough money. To me, that's putting a burden, an unnecessary burden. I understand the dream. And I understand how to say, just say it's the man, the husband. A wife should support. She should say, okay, well, I'll give up going shopping. I'll give up going on vacations. I'll give up all this stuff. But when it comes down to it, if it's to the point where they're about to lose a house, or even she has to pick up a second job and she's exhausted and she's raising kids because he's still building a dream that hasn't made one dime, at some point, the dream holder, the person who has this dream, is going to have to sacrifice for his own dream, get a third shift job, bring something to prove that, hey, look, yes, I'm trying to build this dream, but I'm willing to work hard myself. I'm willing to sacrifice myself. I can't put all the sacrifice on you, honey. Well, I don't know what he's shaking his head for.
When a person, here we go again. Now, the end of that topic, should the spouse support it? When does it come to a what?
When it becomes too much.
When does it become too much? When a spouse supporting another spouse's dream, and when does it becomes too much? And I said earlier, it should never become too much because the person have already told them, and they should already understand that you can't be with somebody and you just think it's going to just be everyday sunshine, blue sky. Some people want more out of life than just working a 9 to 5. And I'm talking about a dream as far as you might want to be a home builder. You might want to be a car builder. It could be whatever you want to be, you can be, because that's what you were taught when you was a kid. You can be whatever you want to be, and that person want to execute what they was told when they was younger, and they believe that they can be what they want to be. But you got these very sloppy spouses that don't want to contribute because they feel like they got to do more, and that's not okay. That's not okay. And so my thing is that person that got that dream, that's having that dream, that see that vision, if they just stay on the path of righteousness in that area, they know it's going to happen. But y'all help me understand. Y'all come in. I never understood why people become successful and then they divorce. I never understood
that's
that.
not what we're talking
But
about.
that's my point, though.
That's not what we're talking about.
That's my point. That's what happens. The person becomes, when they become successful.
That's not what we're talking about.
No,
we're talking about when supporting a dream that ain't making no money.
Security.
When supporting a dream that's not making any money. Becomes too much.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what we're talking about. They trying to deflect.
They waiting on you outside. But this is what I'm saying. I'm talking about when the person happens to achieve that dream.
No, that's not what this conversation is
about. It's not a burden.
That's not what. Of course, it's not a burden if he's already achieved it or she's achieved it. Of course,
but they had to go through the rigmarole of the sloppy spouse.
Can I say something? I'm gonna let you finish with this ridiculous point you're trying to make.
But they had to go through the rigmarole with the sloppy, lazy spouse that don't want to support the person. They start whining about money and bills. But the person already told them up front, we covered on that. We're good. I'm not going to work another job. So what's the problem? What's the problem?
Okay.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's no problem. You just, that spouse, I hate to call y'all sloppy spouse, support the person's dream. You carry the load because what they're trying to achieve, you're going to benefit from it. Now, what you think about that?
In too many situations, someone has a dream and they don't have no money put up. Most cases they don't. Let's just keep it real here. They don't have any money put up, but they got this dream. And it's okay. I'm not talking about and don't interrupt me. I'm not talking about the spouse that don't want to. I'm not talking, okay, we're going to say, I'm talking as if it's the man and the husband and the wife. I'm not talking about the wife that don't want to dig in. I'm not talking about the wife that don't want to sacrifice. But what I'm saying, too many times, a lot of these husbands will go to this wife, it's taking both of their incomes to make it as it is. It's taking both of their incomes to make it as it is. And right then she says, okay, I don't want to be that wife who don't want to support the dream. But at some point, some money's going to have to be made because it's killing me because I already needed your income to help make this house run. I'm willing. I'm talking about the wives that is willing to go over beyond. At first, they were paying 50% of bills. Now they have to pay all of them. Now, there is no leisure and luxury time. There is no luxuries that they can enjoy. That's fine. But at what point? See, that's another sacrifice that the dreamer wants the wife to do. What is he doing, or the dreamer? What is the dreamer doing to sacrifice for their own dream? It's not, okay, you can say that the spouse that don't want to do the supporting, that she's being unreasonable, or she's being selfish, or she don't want to sacrifice, but where is he sacrificing? After 6 months to a year of them struggling, eating ramen noodles every night, because that's all they can afford. They got 1 month behind on they doing 1 month behind on their mortgage. The lights getting ready to get cut off every month because they really can't survive on her income. At what point is he going to sacrifice for his own dream and get up off his behind and say, okay, let me get a third shift job and at least I can take some of this burden off. And while I build my dream, you can't point your finger at the spouse saying you don't want to sacrifice when you're not willing to sacrifice yourself. You're not willing to sacrifice yourself when you're not willing to work overnight to try to earn some kind of income, but putting all that burden on your spouse, that's not right. That's not fair. I don't agree with that. Okay.
That was good for Tubi TV. It was. Girl, look, you gonna get this one. That was good, but you get a Grammy, but it has no real reality to it. Let me school my sister, my wife, right quick, because she, they come to get you. I just call them. So let me school my wife real quick. I just said earlier. I just said that. I didn't make this up. This is real life. It's never a burden to support your spouse. It's never a burden. This is what these people conjure up in their mind. The lazy spouse.
Oh my
This
God.
is what they are. I'm gonna call them what it is. I don't care. The lazy
Oh my
spouses. That
It's the pot calling the kettle black.
the lazy.
The lazy
You
is called
condemn. You
the
condemn
lazy spouse is called the non-lazy spouse.
You condemn the spouse. You condemn the spouse for trying to make life better for both of you all. What kind of crazy mess is that? How can it be a burden? What kind of crazy mess is that?
Too many times I have seen where one spouse.
Yeah. Y'all on y'all way. Okay, they come. You going down. You going down. You going down. You going to jail. Jail. Because you have been lying.
Anyway, too many times.
You lying.
The dreamer wants the spouse to make all the sacrifices.
I just heard that.
To make that what you did.
It just hurt.
You obviously had your ears clogged up when I said it.
I'm in total denial that truth that you
I'm going to say it again. Because he's smoking something over here.
Put the gloves on.
Crazy stuff. Too many times.
No way. I
don't finish.
Go ahead.
Too many times, the dreamer hasn't saved one red cent. Don't have a dime put up nowhere. Knowing good, right, and well that it takes both of their incomes to make it. But will have the audacity to expect the working spouse to just keep going on month after month after month. This dream ain't made 2 cents. Another 6 months, the dream ain't made 2 cents. But they're the ones not willing to sacrifice. They're the ones lazy. You trying to build this dream. Ain't nobody trying to build no dream 24 hours a day. You can find some kind of part-time job to at least help the main income out while you're trying to build your dream. Because at some point it becomes too much. And it's not right. And it happens all the time. It happens all the time when marriages will break up because she wants to support me or he wants to support. You see he don't make enough money to carry all this stuff. You see she don't make enough money to carry all this stuff, but you're doing 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years with no income. At some point, enough is enough. If that spouse cares about the other spouse, they would get something to help out while they build their dream.
Hold me down. Anybody that's having a true visionary, a person that's having a true dream, they don't need to work because it's a deterrent. It's a deterrent. You should hold that person down, whether it be male, no matter if it's male or female.
So you end up lifting a tent.
No. The money is
the money is already. Did you hear me say that they didn't have any money put up when they left?
Well, that's your fantasy.
No, because most of the time that's the way it is. Most of the time that's the way it is. They will come to you talking they want to leave a job. That's making money. Stop lying.
You talking about bums.
They want, because I guess most of them bums then. But they were, honey, I want to leave my job.
Guys and girls is bums. Go ahead.
Husband or wife want to leave their job, they ain't put up $5. Or if they do have something, it ain't no more than a month or 2 worth of expenses put up, and that's it. But you off 2 years trying to build a dream.
Okay.
That's not fair to the working spouse. I'm sorry, that's not fair. If you want to quit your 9 to 5 to build a dream, that's fine. But you gotta be willing to sacrifice something for your own dream. Are you willing to go work 10 to 2 to bring in some kind of revenue, bring in some kind of money? Or you just expect the spouse to make all the sacrifices? You can sleep in, you do whatever you want, because you won't get up and then start building on your dream that ain't made 2 cents in 2 years. Y'all know what that matters.
The reason why we can't agree on this because she talking about people with no mental
I'm
drive.
talking about how it normally happens.
No mental drive.
I'm talking about how this.
I'm talking about people that have not only a mental drive.
In a fantasy world.
I'm not only talking about people that have a mental drive. It's emotional, and they have a physical drive to achieve the test of completing the dream. But you got the bum spouses that count money before the money get there.
That is not true.
Oh well, I ain't gonna be able to pay my bills. Okay, you're a loser at heart. Now this man woman, not only do they have to carry the burden of trying to achieve and complete the dream, now they gotta give out titty milk because the spouse is a bum and he's crying and she's crying.
Who's the bum?
The spouse. The spouse.
When they ain't bringing in no money.
The spouse is a bum and they gotta do a little more than they normally used to because that's why I love to see.
It's not about having to do more.
No,
it's about when you can't afford to do more.
That,
you can't afford to do more.
Let's get another job.
So
get another job.
Also, that
whining.
Spouse supposed to get another job?
Yes, get another job.
Okay, let's keep it in the house.
Get another job.
You sound like the big
Get another job, because you know that dream is going to come true, and y'all going to be forever financially secure. Y'all going to be forever financially secure. So why are you whining? Why are you at work working the 2 jobs? You were working. It has nothing to do with gender. Let's do this first. It has nothing to do with gender. But if it was the female one that had the dream, she would want her husband to get the second job. So as a man, we should want the spouse to get it. I don't care if she worked 2 jobs, because I know I'm gonna take care of my wife and kids at some point, because the dream is in full effect. Because it's something finally that's a loser mentality, and she's speaking for those women and men out there that don't want to support their spouse because they losers. They full-time losers.
None of these people.
They low budget ballers. They low budget ballers. They don't want the spouse to succeed. They don't want to be financially secure. So they'll whine and drive that person crazy until they leave.
That makes no sense.
That's why I see why people don't stay in marriage as long when they succeed. Because I said, why? What you leaving for? Well, because he didn't, or she didn't do this, or he didn't do that. Listen, it's never a burden to carry the load for your spouse.
It's a burden to carry it.
No.
When that spouse can do something financially.
It's
never.
Can
I please finish? It is a burden. It's a huge burden. I'm gonna finish. It is a burden when that spouse can do something to help out financially while he or she is building their dream. Very few times. There is very few situations where one of the spouses is trying to build a dream where they can't do something to contribute something. It's one thing if the other spouse makes more than enough. Okay, go build your dream. When the spouse is already stressed because it took both incomes to make it to begin with, and then you want to talk about how you ain't willing to do more when it was already straining. It took 2. Now I'm on 1 income. And the person won't even go get a job overnight to work a few hours. You can't expect your spouse to do all the sacrifice, and you're not willing to sacrifice even a little. You got to at least show your spouse that you're willing to sacrifice for your own dream. But expecting your spouse to work 2 and 3 jobs while you sit on your butt trying to build your dream. Because after a year or 2,
sit on your butt.
If nothing has happened over 6 months, a year, 2 years, it's time to get a job. It's time to get a job.
You a shout out.
And if you put that kind of burden on your wife, you a shout. If you put that kind of burden on your wife or your husband, whichever one it is, which is delusional, whichever one it was, this delusional dream.
She shout out up here.
They're the loser.
Who said 3 years? He or she would know. He or she would know.
Okay, but wait a minute. I live in a dream. Talking about big money dreams.
He or she would know to get something.
We're talking about pie in the sky.
He or she would
know to get something. A lot of women have heard about the pie in the sky.
He or she would know to get something going if it's going to take that long. But I'm talking about within a year's frame. They working hard and diligently as they can to get this thing off the ground, and the spouse is taking milk in the mouth.
And they should at least be willing to get a part-time job or something.
No.
They don't have to bring in nowhere near what. Can I finish? They don't have to be bringing in nowhere near what they were bringing in. The spouse is bringing in most of the income. They're sacrificing all they have, but what they're saying is, can you give me a little financial help? While you build
Stop begging. That's what's wrong. That's the problem. You already know what the plan is before we start. It's nobody's going to jump. Nobody's going to jump out into a dream and stop working. Come on now.
People do it all the time.
That's people you know. I'm talking about real people. I'm talking about real people would not jump into a dream and leave their spouse hanging with a financial burden. And if they say, well, baby, or honey, wife, whatever, give me a year.
And some people get
amnesia about please finish. Give me 6 months to a year to do my dream. Just hold me down and hold us down, and you're going to be forever paid. That's easy.
Quitting their job, no ain't got nothing coming in.
That's a low bar. That's a low budget thought right there. She talking about low baller people, low budget people. These people they ain't never had a dream. They ain't gonna never achieve nothing. They gonna suck the blood out of the spouse.
Everybody thinks their dream is top tier. Everybody.
But my thing is this. I'm talking about, once again, we're gonna close on this. I'm talking about winning attitude, winning mentality, winning physically and spiritually.
So both need to have that winning attitude. Both
that's why
whatever they can do to make the dream work.
That's why
teamwork make the dream work, right?
Y'all listen on YouTube. Listen to me. That's what reason why the person can't achieve their dream, because it's the person they marry with their crazy name. I said it last time. It's the marry somebody with a winning name. Don't marry nobody named Hal or these crazy names or Lisa. We need new names. We need new names. And so that's the problem. We end up marrying these women or these men with these crazy names. We need to marry people with prominent names. It's in the name. I'm telling you, you might not believe it. It might sound crazy. It's in the name.
We about to wind.
Make sure y'all subscribe. We're gonna stay on YouTube. Like I said, we just getting started. We knew we trying to put everything together, but we know what we are talking about. Like I said, you don't have to believe us. This is what we say. You believe what you want to believe. All opinions are not counted against you. That's your opinion. That's my opinion. Like I said, make sure y'all support us. Chop it up with the pies. And I'm gonna tell you before she says something else. If you date somebody and marry to somebody with a strange name, you're gonna suffer because they'll never believe in your dream. That's why when I dream with the lights out. I don't tell my dreams. I keep my dreams to myself.
Y'all, please shoot us a comment because I cannot.
What's taking y'all so long?
I cannot.
What? She over here.
Y'all gotta leave a comment because I know that I'm not losing my mind.
Is this the type of crazy simple?
Somebody gotta do it.
Come on, pick up.
Somebody has to.
Y'all at the front door. Okay.
Right. Leave a comment, y'all. Thank y'all.
I'm just telling y'all, they come to pick you up too, but they come to pick you up. Look at them. Anybody with these crazy names, once again, we enjoy talking to you guys. Make sure y'all comment and subscribe. We solely right now on YouTube. We want to blow this thing up out the water. We just getting started once again. Make sure y'all do what's necessary to help us move this podcast on to the next level. And while I'm at it, y'all help her out. She just be popping up. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, I'm finna go unlock the door. All right.